Hey gang, what's going on? Bill here. Just making a quick video for you guys. We've kind of had a pretty rainy season. I don't know if you can see it out there, but it's been pouring all week. So we're back at our farmhouse project right now, just going ahead and checking some stuff out. And if you look right here, you can really see that this old beam actually made a comment. I believe it was a post or a video yesterday, just about the old wallpaper that we found. So that was kind of cool. But what happened was that this 2x6 in this spot was actually covering this old wallpaper, and we had no idea it was there. We tried to take some off to preserve it, but this stuff is just super brittle. You can obviously see in that one section it's been in a fire. It looks like at one point there's been a lot of water damage just from the window being right here. So this stuff just crumbled on us, but we tried to get out a couple pieces at least, and we stashed those away. So anyway, talking about change orders today. So there are two main types of change orders, okay? That's if a client, yourself, if you wanted to go ahead and change the scope of work, let's say for this window, for example, right here, if you wanted to go ahead and enlarge this and that was not in the original scope plan, that actually happens quite a bit. That would result in a change order because we now have to go ahead and move the framing that was either already existing or that we have to go, that we put up, that then we have to move. So that's probably the most common change order, I would say. The other less common is if we run into something, and that's just the reality of construction, especially renovations and especially on old houses. So if you look down here at this beam, you can see that crack. The old 2x6 that was here, that's basically what you see below there, but it was actually nailed to that beam, so we had no clue it was there. And it runs, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but it runs the entire length of that beam. We actually are having our structural engineer come back out, let's say Tuesday. He's coming out tomorrow, so we have a pretty good relationship with him, which is great. But especially for situations like this, it really helps because, again, this is totally hidden. I don't know what he's going to have us do. I want him to assess it, and he can kind of poke around and see. And he'll actually go back home and do some load calculations and see what we actually need to do. In this instance, again, like we had no idea. We didn't know until we pulled this thing off. We might need to go ahead and just take a 2x8, sister it on the side, put in some structural screws. That might be good enough if it's not too deep of a crack. We might have to put an LVL there, which is a much stronger beam. It's actually, I don't have any actually around, but you'll probably see some in some future videos. Or what we might have to do if we get kind of crazy, if he thinks it's bad enough, is actually take a piece of steel and go all the way down the length of it to secure it. That's probably the most invasive one, I would say. Totally can be done if it needs to. A lot of times we would do that in basements. If the floor system and the joists actually crack a little bit, you can actually put steel down there to go ahead and take care of it and resolve it. So you actually don't have to replace the whole beam. If this thing was rotten or something crazy like that and it wasn't doing anything, we would replace the beam. Again, I personally don't think it's in that bad a shape, but we're calling in the experts. We are calling in the structural engineer, and that's what this guy does day in and day out every single day. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's what we talk about when we talk about change order. If you ever hear someone mention it, again, like this is kind of an extreme case. It's usually just they want to move something or whatever. But yeah, hope that makes sense. And yeah, if you have any comments, yeah, post them below, and we'll talk soon.